My earliest memories of the Queensland Tourism Awards were really quite exciting. We were at that stage of our development where we weren't in the global tourism game at all. We had very little product that was of much interest to the rest of the world, apart from nature. All our nature stuff is fantastic. It was as good then as it is now and always will be.
Queensland had always been a very popular tourism destination for Australians. It was the #1 holiday state for Australia, and we had good tourism product right up the coast. But in the early 80s, international tourism was starting to move, and international visitors were coming to Australia, but the product we had wasn't as suitable. They were mostly going to Sydney and Melbourne and Canberra. We had no five-star hotels, no resorts of any high quality, because the domestic market hadn't been insisting on that. The Tourism Awards were part of a package of how do we attract new investment, how do we grow new tourism products and experiences, and then how do we recognise those and reward the people that do well. The Queensland Tourism Awards were very sought after. They were seen as being the pinnacle, not only the process of submitting, but the whole awards night was the highlight of the year. I mean, I don't know any other industry that put on a night like it in those days. It was a fantastic event. People attending that event said, wow, tourism's important. This is the best night they'd ever had. It was something to aspire to, and the winners took great pride in that, and they displayed their win and they highlighted that in their advertising.
It's terribly important because people put a lot of effort and thought into lifting the game with their individual properties, and to have their colleagues in the industry honour them by saying that they're leaders, it's very good for the soul to be recognised that you're doing a jolly good job.
The feeling of winning for the first time after several years of being a finalist was so many different emotions all rolled into one. I felt exhilarated, I felt very humble, I felt excited, I felt tearful, I was shocked. It was just the most amazing feeling, and to see the look on my husband's face was truly amazing, and one I'll never forget. He's a man of very few words, and he looked at me and said, "Thank you."
The product that wins the awards, there's usually a lot of passion, a lot of love, a lot of commitment behind that win. And you can have the best resort in the world, but if it's not run by people that have got that passion, it doesn't flow through into the visitor experience. There's a certain Queensland style, there's a certain Queensland way of doing things. It's part of where we live, it's part of our location, it's part of our climate, it's part of our informality. And I think that Queensland spirit will always create that difference and be important in terms of coming through the product, the Queensland tourism experience.
The question of how do I feel about the industry today, well, it's all the things that I'd ever hoped for. Our role in global tourism, the way that we've been able to move the front door of Australia from Sydney to Cairns, and instead of bringing people through the tradesman's entrance, we're now bringing them in through the front door of Northern Australia, and that thrills me no end.